guys, so tonight I'm going to be repotting my two new plants that I got from Plants Alive in Silver Spring. So I have up there a Anthurium magnificent. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but I also had a Philodendron El Choco Red, and so let me take them down. So they were actually in really good shape when I got them. I mean, this leaf is a little wonky. I do think that I'm probably gonna end up cutting this one just because I see some new growth elsewhere. Now, I will say that they 100% have or may have had spider mites. I definitely seen some webbing on this one in particular, and you can kind of tell, like, you know, so I haven't seen the physical mites, but yeah, something's been demolishing this plant. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get some treatment tomorrow. I don't have any tonight, but I am gonna go get some treatment spray tomorrow. I am gonna still repot tonight, and I'm gonna rinse them off really good. And then here is my new baby, my Philodendron El Choco Red. I just love this plant. I love philodendrons. Like, I love anything that's gonna like climb. I ordered some moss pillows from Amazon. I ordered some spag moss. Pretty much everything that I need to repot tonight. So I'm really excited about that. And there is a lot of new growth going in here. You do see some of the leaves that are turning yellow, and I suspect that it's probably because we need to repot. So, and that's another thing I ordered. I ordered 6-inch clear pots because I want to join the clear pot gang. I want to start to see my roots and see what's going on. So yeah, so I'm doing a repot on those, and then I think I'm also going to repot my Alocasia Fredette tonight. She's running through, and I think I'm going to repot my other Anthurium. I'm struggling. I don't know if I should just kind of cut her down. She's not really looking good. Let me go get her real quick. Okay, so here is the one that I was talking about, Anthurium crystallum, whatever. But so this one actually had 2 leaves when I got it, but the other leaf was like 10 times worse than this one. And I originally thought that it was like a fungal issue, but I'm finding that it's not necessarily that it's a fungal issue. Someone told me it could be inconsistent watering, which might be true. I'm still trying to figure these plants out. I mean, someone also told me it can be a humidity thing. I don't know how I feel about that because I have her sitting right in front of the humidifier. So I really don't know. But with that being said, I am still probably going to repot. Now, I did see some new growth coming in the other day, but I went and started fiddling with the new leaf because it was kind of like growing into the stem, and I probably should have just let it run its course, but me being me, I want to touch everything, and I ended up popping the new leaf. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you think that I should cut her down and just kind of start over, or if I should just kind of let her do her thing and maybe pot down. I don't know. So yeah, so we're about to get started. Let me go get my fried eggs so I can show you guys. Okay, so here's my Alocasia Fredette. Now, I did 100% see a spider mite on this plant, and I blasted it in the sink. I do not see any more. I think I literally just seen one, and I had seen some webbing. I was like, this is, believe it or not, that's the first pest that I've ever seen in my whole collection. But yeah, I was like, oh, hell no. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow I'm definitely gonna go pick up a treatment spray. I don't have anything because, like, fingers crossed, I haven't had to really deal with anything like that yet. But yeah, definitely the more that I realize that I'm buying plants, you know, online, from plant stores, I'm definitely having to contend with the idea that, you know, pests are going to happen. You know, it comes with the game. So with that being said, it's a tiny little pot, and I definitely think that she wants to grow a little bit more. And the reason why I say that is because this leaf was actually standing up more the other day, started to droop, and it was actually drooping before it was standing up. So I definitely think that it's sort of like a thing where we are growing out of space. And as you can see, my girl is dry. And I'm hoping that the soil is not getting hydrophobic. But what do you expect? You know, this is tiny little pot. So I'm gonna give her something bigger. And so yeah, we're about to get started. We're about to do this thing. It's 9 o'clock, 9:12. And I really think that I can be done with cleanup and everything. I'm gonna say 9:30. I'm gonna say 9:30. Let's get to it. Now, these are the D-shaped moss poles, if I'm not mistaken. I think these are the type of moss poles that come with the plastic bag to keep some moisture, because what I want to do is I want my El Choco Red to grow up the moss pole. I don't think this one is a climber. Is she? I have to, no. Yeah, I don't believe that this one is a climber at all. So I really want her to grow up the moss pole, if at all possible. I know that my Gloriosum is a crawler, so I have both of my Gloriosums in long rectangular pots. But I want this one to grow up the moss pole. So with that being said, I did make my own moss poles for my monsteras, but I'm not really feeling them. I feel like that, like, no matter how much I try to water them, they're always habitually dry. I miss them. I have them sitting in front of the humidifier. The last thing that I think that I'm gonna try with my moss poles that I made myself is I did see some like self-watering globes on Amazon. So I think that I'm gonna use those and see if like the consistent drip, you know, helps. But what my logic is that I see a lot of people with monsteras and they're just putting like a support system behind them, period. Like whether it be like a stake or whether it be a what am I thinking of, a trellis. So I'm like, why do I really need to keep my moss pole wet? Like, you know, because majority in my two monsteras, majority of the roots are already in the pot. So I mean, I have some aerial roots that I've kind of like pinned up in there, but it's my understanding that the aerial roots, you know, it's kind of like you don't really need them in the first place. So I don't know. So that's why I was like thinking, I'm like, do I really need to keep it wet, or do I just need something for them to climb on? Because if they're okay just climbing on a dry moss pole, then I'm not going to stress myself about it. But of course, like with this little bad boy, I definitely think that I need something that, you know, has some moisture in there, because I believe that the roots are going to eventually start to grow into the pole. That's my hope, okay? But I know that I'm not starting her from a baby, and I'm sure majority of the roots, I gotta stop doing that. I have like a habit of like trying to pull the plant up, and that's so dumb, because it's like you could literally mess up the roots anyway. But yeah, so we're about to get to it now. I normally get my spag moss from like Home Depot, Lowe's, the garden center, but I actually got this from Amazon. It had really good reviews, and yeah, so we're gonna see. I know I need to put this in some water, and then I got some perlite, of course, for my chunky mix, and then I got some orchid bark. Now, normally I end up using the Fox Farm, the Oceans Forest, the blue bag. I'll link it below. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I did not have any more of that, and I desperately like just needed to do these repots tonight. So I'm not really a huge fan of Miracle Grow. I think if you use Miracle Grow, it's great for you. I don't have a problem with it. But I will say that like I had used Miracle Grow for my outdoor plants. I don't know if this really makes a difference, but I just felt like back then when I was watering my vegetables, that like the soil always felt like really soggy. Like I almost felt like every other day I would have to kind of like dry it out. In a sense, I feel like Miracle Grow is very like dense and thick. So with that being said, I I do have this tropical potting mix. I have probably about a half a bag, which is great because, whew, that's great because I'm not going to end up using a lot of soil. I really want to transition into more of like a soilless blend. Like, I've been doing a lot of research on people who are using like cocoa husk, perlite, orchid bark, orchid bark. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. Anyway, it's been a long day. But yeah, cocoa husk, perlite, lava rock, horticultural charcoal, like just real chunky, like a real chunky pumice. Oh my god. But anyway, so like I was saying, with that being said, a lot of that stuff is very expensive. Very, very expensive. Okay, very expensive. And additionally, it is kind of like, I don't know. I feel like right now I'm in a place where I would not say that my plants are like thriving, but I am seeing a lot of new growth. I'm not seeing anybody that's like overwatered. I'm not seeing anybody that has like, I have some fungus gnats flying around, okay? But that's normally on watering day. As the soil dries out, I see less and less of them, of course. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I don't see a problem with the chunky mix that I'm using right now. So I'm one of those people that's like, if it's not if it's not broke, then don't fix it. Like, what is wrong tonight? I don't know. Something's in the air. Yeah. The words are forming in my head, but they're coming out jumbled. And that happens a lot. But anyway, yeah, so everybody in here, or, you know, they all seem like, and I'm looking at them, they all seem like that they're thriving, they're happy. So I don't know, I'm really nervous to try something, you know, a little different. Another thing is that I have been sticking my finger or like one of my chopsticks into the soil as like a kind of moisture test. That's what I've been doing to see like if I need to water, and I like wonder how does that work with like the aeroid mixes that I'm seeing. If there's no soil in there, like how do I know when to water? Like, I don't know. So I definitely need to do more research on it, but it's something that I have been leaning towards because, like, for instance, my my pink dragon, my allocation, my pink dragon over there, I think something wonky is going on with that one. I would not say that like I don't know, she's not like on the brink of death or anything, but I just don't see that she's like growing. Like, I have one consistent leaf, and then there's like one leaf that's like halfway unfurled, and I low-key feel like that leaf is like deformed or something. I don't know. I'm not seeing crazy growth for that one, and that's like one of the first plants that I've, you know, bought. And it's been a couple months, and like I've seen new growth in like almost everything else. Like my Gloriosum is already pushing out a new leaf, and it's only been with me for legit like maybe a month and a half. So anyway, I know everybody goes at their own pace, so no rush. But yeah, so that's one that like I've been doing a lot of research, and I found that a lot of people say that the alocasias love pond, or they love like in like a soilless mix in a self-watering pot. So it's like, I'm peeping game. I'm gonna get there, but right now I think I'm just going to stick with the chunky blend that I have, and I think slowly but surely I'll start to incorporate, you know, some other blends. So can you tell I don't drink liquor? So, yeah, so we're about to get started. And legitimately, I said that I was going to be done by 9:30, and it's 9:23, and because I have talked so much, there's no way I'm going to be done by 9:30. But that's okay. That's okay. I go back to work. Oh, nice. They came with little pointers. So that way I can write the names on there. But yeah, so I go back to work tomorrow, and oh, wait a minute. I think they sent me the wrong thing. I thought I ordered 3.5, 4-inch, 5-inch, and 6-inch pots, but these all legit look like 6-inch pots. Luckily for me, I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue because we're just sizing up a little bit, you know, so I think it should be okay. The biggest size up is gonna be this one, so. I'm back. My son, Kyrie, he woke up. He was crying. So I went in there to put him back to sleep. And so now we're actually about to repot. And how funny is this that it's legit 9:30 and I said that I was going to be done by 9:30 and I'm actually starting at 9:30 on the dot. God is so funny. I attribute everything to him. Like, that's his way of like saying like, ha ha ha, you think you made a plan? It's my plan. But it all aligns, you know, because 9:30 was the goal either way. So we're about to get started. I am tired though, so I need to hurry up. I made me some, let me show y'all this real quick. I made these yummy black bean burgers. Yes, they look a little dry, but I promise you they are not. It's just how they look on camera. But they have black beans, shiitake mushrooms, green peppers, onions, and lentils. So it's like really, really good. And then I made some roasted red potatoes and onions on the side. So we're about to open this. Let me get some scissors. And I needed this like desperately. This is a potting mat because girl, boy, everything in between. If I missed you, my bad. But I literally was repotting directly on the counter because I'm Delulu. And then sometimes I would use a towel, sometimes I would use a trash bag, and it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to do. So I had to move all this. Play, drink down. Oh, and then I got this soil scooper. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I think this would be pretty helpful too. I honestly, believe it or not, I haven't got to the point where, man, they got this thing like tied up like Fort Knox. I haven't got to the point where I'm keeping my soil mix already pre-made. I really, really need to do that. I want to do that, but I just haven't done it yet. Because like I said, pretty much I've just been repotting as I go. So it's like, yeah. Holy. Okay, alright, I gotta hurry up because what the devil is this? Okay. I thought this was so much bigger, but it'll do. But anyway, so I do have to hurry up. I just realized that my dark star, my alocasia dark star, she's drooping. She's dropping leaves like crazy. So I'm sizing her up as well into a bigger pot because I don't want my girl to lose the big leaves, and I attribute it to that. I know that she's not drooping because of nutrients because I have been fertilizing. So I definitely think it's a space issue. So let me stop talking, okay? I'm gonna get ready to stop talking and we finna do this thing.
Never understand the things that we want. Why do you keep coming back? I want love, you don't. No. So why are you here? Yeah. I should take it back so that you don't know where my heart is at. Don't want you to know my love is lost. Oh, well, there's only one thing left to do. My heart is breaking, wanting you, so I'll say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Yeah, don't call me back, just say goodbye. I can change the past. Don't wanna complicate things. Maybe if I asked, was any of it real? Was it real? There's only one thing left to do. My heart is breaking, wanting you. So I'll say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say goodbye. There's only one thing. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Yeah, I'll say goodbye. Don't call me back, just say goodbye. Let's put the sun back in the sky. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say I'll say goodbye. Tired of crying, don't call me back, just say goodbye.
So I said that I was gonna be done by 10 o'clock, but really I'm done at 10:22. But everyone is very happy, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like.